Imagine sacrificing your queen on move number 10 against the world champion Gukesh. Today we are going to look at a crazy game where Gukesh was almost defeated by the queen sacrifice. Anyways, let us see what happened actually in the game. Alright, so this is the game where Gukesh was playing as black and Aditya Mittal as white. So white continues e4. Gukesh plays the Caro-Kann defense where his opponent just takes the center, quickly captures the pawn and go with the Panov attack. Now this variation, this is known as the Panov attack. The idea is that if your opponent take it, bishop can take, ultimately white gets a chance to develop his pieces. That's it. So here his opponent was trying c4 against Gukesh. So what Gukesh did is very simple. He simply took out his knight and was focusing on his development. His opponent also developed his pieces. He was trying his best over pressurizing the center and all. Gukesh plays it knight to c6, knight f3, a6. Everything was safe and sound until his opponent captured the pawn. Cause after black take, white played bishop c4 for attacking the knight. What's the best ever response that can be played in this position? Many of you would say let us play e6. Many of you would say let us take the knight backward. But the world champion who played the most accurate move, bishop e6. I know this is quite shocking because this pawn will be blocked. The knight can go to g5 and all, right? This is what his opponent did. He played knight g5. Now you all might be shocked that the bishop can be easily attacked. But Gukesh is the world champion. He played a great move sacrificing his knight. Ultimately if he takes the bishop take bishop, knight take on the queen. And then comes the queen sacrifice. His opponent go on with bishop take on the bishop. Here he is giving up his queen like that. And this is the 10th move of the game where Gukesh captures the queen. If you look at the time, he only thought for 3 seconds. And he just played knight take on the queen. Means he did not talk for a lot. He just saw that there was a queen. So he just captured it. And then comes the trap. Bishop take on f7 check. The king moves to d7. Now the plan was very simple. He would try bishop e6, another great move. Why? Because if the king goes to e8, bishop check, king here, this was a draw. So this was a very good trick against the world champion to get a draw. Right? This is very shocking. But yes, this happened in the game. Now, if you try king d6, then that would be a very vulnerable position because bishop f4 check, the knight has to come. He can go with bishop take on e5, even better pawn take. Okay, but I would say bishop take, he has to move the king. Ultimately, this would be a very, vulnerable position for him. Rook c1 check and all. Ultimately, if you play king here, bishop check and queen is gone. So these were already available. Anyways, Gukesh, what he did? Gukesh played king to c7, the most accurate move that he could play. The best move was to play king to e8 and just create a draw, according to computer analysis. But Gukesh was the world champion. He decided not to create a draw, so he played king c7. So comes bishop f4 check. Now he moved the king and then rook take on knight. Now you might be thinking about the pressure. Yes, white, he was playing against the world champion. He has given up his queen. Look, imagine about his pressure. He was having a time pressure also. I mean, he is playing this game. That's why. Anyways, king moves to a7. That's a mistake. Although Gukesh's plan was very simple. He wanted to protect his king. So he just moved his king backward. White go on with castling. That was a mistake. Because over here he could continue with this d5 and occupy a part of center followed by bishop e3 check and all. But he just castled. Okay, he was more concerned about king safety, so that's why. Now Gukesh was taking out his queen and that's the best move. Why? Let me explain. Over here, if you play d5, he'll take out his queen. Give a check. If you try bishop d2, what he can do is play the knight b4 for this check and all. Okay, this was a part of plan. Even as per computer analyst. Okay, so Gukesh was about to play queen a5 in the next move. So he played that. Against d5, he played knight d8 and that's the best move. So world champion played the best move, knight to d8, and that was the best move. Okay, so here he played rook to c1, rook to b8 was a blunder. I mean, his plan was better. What Gukesh wanted to do was better, but he just played the correct move at wrong time. Okay, he could have waited for some time. He could have captured this bishop. Because you know, this bishop is very powerful one. And if you observe, White was having 2 minutes 25 seconds. He thought for approximately, you can say 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Right? He thought a lot. And then he played rook c1. Okay. His idea was to play the rook here. He can try to create some pins and all. This can be done. Okay. Here he could have protected the bishop. I mean, this was under attack from the knight. And Gukesh could have captured it to make his position much more better. But he does not play that. He played the wrong move. Rook b8. He could have captured it and then played rook b8. That could have been more better. Now here, like why is that move a blunder? Let me explain. b4 can be played. If the queen take on it, what will happen? Bishop take on the rook, king take it, rook c8 check, king moves here and rook take on knight. This was the continuation, but his opponent missed that. So Gukesh was lucky, but not very much, because bishop comes to c7. Now this is a miss. The best move was to play b4. Okay, so bishop was attacking the rook and the queen. Now here Gukesh was like sacrificing his queen by playing knight take on e6. Why is that a brilliant move, man? I mean, he could have like protected his queen. You say queen take on this something? No, not at all. Bishop take on rook, king take it. He can try rook to c8 check. King comes here, rook take on knight. If you observe this position, these pieces are completely at the back rank and are going to be underdeveloped for a longer time. So that's the advantage that Gukesh opponent can have against him. Okay, but still, Gukesh was enough experience, man. He's the world champion. So he played the best move and the brilliant move, knight take on e6. He just sacrificed his queen. And guess what? His opponent go on with knight take on e6. And that's a miss. The best move, everyone knows. What was the best move? And that was to capture the queen. Still, over here, his opponent was having only 6 seconds on the clock. And he played knight take on e6, queen take d5, and then comes his knight f4, queen c7, and then his opponent resigns the game. And that's how Gukesh won the game. So if you have imagined, if Gukesh in any kind of time pressure, he made some mistake, he could have lost the game. If he could not have played knight take on e6, trust me, the world champion was defeated.